Crikey, it started. It hasn't been used in a while.
To the channel. In today's episode we are going to the Algarve Classic Car Festival 2024. I don't know if this is going to be a two-parter or one episode, but I hope you enjoy nevertheless. See you at the track.
Dad and I would love a Panamera, but do we really need the depreciation? One can dream. It's my turn to have some fun. Here we go.
And here we are. Our second home from home. That weather. I think we're gonna need an umbrella at some point. Busy today.
So I quickly parked up, went to the information desk and got our passes. And the weather, well, changed quite quickly.
Yeah, we didn't miss the rain.
I think we have to reseal the hood again.
And we're here. Just.
Well, this is a nice start to the episode.
What, the rain?
Yeah, the rain. And we start off with the few AC Cobras, of course. This 1964 black example is a 289, or 4.7 litres V8 for us European folk. Curiously, it was imported into the UK in 2019. It's most likely brought from the USA since it's left-hand drive. This British blue one, on the other hand, I couldn't get any information, but it was another 289. With the mean-looking Austin Healey 3000 starting up, it meant the qualifying was about to start. I think the British folk in the paddock brought the weather with them.
Cool, what a miserable day. Well, there is a bit of blue sky.
Went inside the lounge. Whew, much better.
Just having a quick nibble. This is the life.
A spot of lunch.
Right, this first race is the Historic Grand Prix Association. I think it's going to be a good one.
Compared to last year's festival, the paddock is much fuller, despite the timetable lacking the awesome 70s and 80s Formula 1 racing.
The weather has improved, thankfully.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Spotting time! We start off with a 2012 Jaguar XKR convertible, a 2014 Ferrari California, a 2012 Mercedes SL 500, a 2023 Corvette Stingray, first one of the new generation that I've seen, a gorgeous Jaguar XJS, recently imported to Portugal I might add, a 2005 TVR Cigaris, a 2012 Porsche 911 GTS Cabriolet, an Aston Martin V8 Vantage, and a fabulous 1968 Aston Martin DB6 Mark I. And finally, a very yellow 2003 911 Turbo. I have never seen these cars in my life, but I'll leave a little bit of info for those who are in the same boat as me. Never spotted this one before. It's a very minty green Ford Thunderbird Mark I. Right, let's get back to the racing. Then we had another wander around. Toyota is heavily advertised this year. And here we have a couple of gorgeous minis. And this one has a snazzy Swift Tune engine. A gorgeous Jaguar E-Type convertible. Very turquoisey. And seems to be running on triple 45 DCOE Webers. And I think it was German registered. Holy moly, a GT40! It looked too new to be a real one. But I could be mistaken. I'm not that informed on Alphas, but I can't deny its beauty. I used to be more a fan of the XK140, but now I prefer the slimmer lines of the 120. Gotta love a Morgan. I love the fact the factory supplies galvanized chassis for the older models. Another nice big Healy. I love seeing them with the hardtop. I notice many MGBs are being raced more and more. I never considered it a car for racing, but they seem to be very impressive on track. These early F1 cars must be a delight to drive, despite being death traps, but boy would I love to have a go, especially in a Lotus. E-Types are always a joy to look at, and I noticed a few of them this year seem to have been transformed into race cars, because some of them still have a very standard look. For me, the low drag shape helps me differentiate more easily from the standard cars, which I presume this example was once a road-going coupe. Another small curiosity, Dad did consider building a C-Type or an XK140 kit car, but because of Portuguese taxations, that idea had to be scrapped. I would love to know what modifications were required to make this Cooper Climax pass the IVA test. I bet the inspector had a whale of a time registering an F1 car for the road. What an incredible piece of machinery. History on wheels. I'm sure Sterling Moss would have loved to have driven this car to the shops, even just to get some bread. Another lovely Cobra. Our Pilgrim Sumo was initially going to be white as well, but my mother suggested it to be red and it was definitely the right choice. I'm also trying to tempt Dad in getting a Le Mans roof like this Cobra has. I absolutely love the look. Plus, it could help in reducing the fuel consumption. Probably a little bit. Mustangs are a great sight to see, not something you see every day here in Portugal. This one is quite thunderous, as you'll see later on in the video. After that relaxing ASMR, we now head back to the track. After that mixed weather race, we went further down the paddock to check out what else was there to see. Quite a few of the last era of classic minis were also present, many of which were SPIs. I wasn't sure if they were Coopers or just standard 1.3i's, but nevertheless, quite nice. Quite a big surprise to see this Rover 25, and in a really nice colour too. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any information on this car in particular, and being left-hand drive is definitely not a UK market car. And this was another surprise, an Austin Metro. I think Twin Cam will appreciate this car. I wasn't aware they raced these, and it was proper loud. A very tasteful Lotus Elan. The triple stripe reminds me of a certain car. I wonder which one. Seeing two BMW 635 CSIs is heaven for me. Absolutely love them. And they're a rarity to see here in Portugal. And it's always nice to see a BMW 2002.
Not often you see the coupe.
The 6 Series is really nice. Here's a few nice examples of the single-seater series. After one of my cousins passed their driving test, he drove around in a Fiat Punto. This one being an 85S, a bit souped up. Always impressed me how bulletproof these engines were. A freshly restored Alfa Romeo Giulia GTV, I think. You probably have to correct me in the comments below. And before we go on to the next race, here's a quick snippet of Mark II Ford Escorts, Datsun 1200s, and a few Porsche 924s, and the odd BMW 3 Series. Relaxing, this pool. Pity you can't swim in it. Once the qualifying finished, we went to check out the Group 1 cars after they'd been scrutinised. Sadly, this Mark I Golf GTI's limited slip diff failed, if I remember correctly. It had quite a potent 1.6 developing 140 horsepower, and it used to be a rally car. Front-engined Porsches rule.
There, I said it!
Sorry for spamming you folks with VWs, but I own one, as a few of you already know. And there aren't many Mark I Golfs or Scirocco GTIs where I live. They are mostly up north. So let me just indulge myself for just a little bit. Another mini SPI. This one has a few battle scars. What we are witnessing now is the lineup for the Iberian Historic Endurance Race, and what a lineup you will see. Here comes the GTEX Team's Mark 1 Golf GTI, Fernando giving a quick wave. Fun fact, during championships his mother takes turns during the race. I think the GT40 might be the crown jewel of this year's festival, don't you think? Maybe the Cobra's for us. Maybe. I don't know. You folks choose. We had waited all day for this race and they seem to be going slowly for some reason. That's why. Yellow flag. Rain and safety car, what else? There's your reason for the safety car. Hopefully the driver's okay. The day with a lovely sunset and a big ouch.
Hi folks, sorry the bad quality, it's nearly night time now. I hope you enjoyed part 1. Tomorrow's another day. Absolutely knackered, frozen to bits, but I think it was a good episode actually. I mean a good day, not an episode. I hope I can do this all in one, but I can't promise anything. So, see you folks soon.
Just one more thing, folks. Please like and subscribe. It's totally free and it truly helps with the growth of this channel. Thank you very much for watching. Bye!